This fantasy football team averaged 176.8 points in the 2024-25 NFL season. Starting off at QB1, Lamar Jackson averaged 25.3 points in fantasy football this year. At RB1, Jahmyr Gibbs had a very good end of his season and averaged 21.3 points this year. At RB2, Saquon Barkley averaged 22.2 points. And at wide receiver 1, Jamar Chase averaged 23.7 points and ended up being the second best fantasy football player this whole year. At wide receiver 2, his former LSU teammate Justin Jefferson averaged 18.7 points in fantasy this year. At tight end, Brock Bowers averaged 15.5 points, which passed all tight ends this year. At our flex position, Bijan Robinson averaged 20.1 points and was RB3 this year in fantasy football. For defense and special teams, the number one defense in fantasy football this year was the Denver Broncos, who averaged 9.8 points. And finally, at kicker, Chris Boswell averaged 11.1 fantasy football points this year and honestly accounted for most of the Steelers' points. Comment if you had any of these guys in your fantasy football team this year.